What's going on, y'all? It's the Plain and Simple Show. It's your boy, Rebel Styles.
It's your boy, Dramatic.
And we have guest G.Blaze in the building today. We're going to jump right into it, talk about his project and Unlabeled Records. And yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, go by the name of G.Blaze, the Sad Soldier entirety. You dig what I'm saying? I usually go by G.Blaze Rebel Styles as well, so that right there in itself is taking me to a different platform with using that name and doing things and things of that nature. So, and this project, man, it got a lot of F-style influence on it.
Yeah. You said it took you to a like a new level, right? And so, like, explain how being part of G.Blaze, like being obviously G.Blaze and being part of F-Styles, how that helped you. Where were you before, and how did that help you get to where you got elevated to?
Well, F-Styles is where I basically began, you know what I'm saying? So, it's me and 3 other guys, him included, you know what I'm saying? And, like, just the drive that we had back then and just seeing how hungry and determined we were to get to a position to be able to do this music and actually be in a position to do this music and actually get it to the people, man. It just gave me a whole other perspective of like, yo, I gotta keep this going because I can't let that flame die.
And just, a little biased that I was in the group with them and still in the group with them. So for the first one, I feel like Blaze had the most talent in the group, to the ability to come up with choruses on the spot, write verses pretty fast, and just the freestyle game is off the top. Like, no freestyle, you know what I mean?
Word.
So I guess when you started doing your solo projects, what were the challenges that you faced with the solo projects?
Man, not having everybody else to actually take over the verses where I had to do all the damn songs, where it was just me and nobody else. Like, I gotta come up with the hook, I gotta come up with this verse, then I gotta come up with another verse. They kind of coincide with the first verse, so it all, ties into one another. But eventually I got the hang of it, man, and eventually it got easier too, man. But I had my 2 backup men on that.
Shout out to Hustle, man, in LA. Shout out to Hustle.
Hustle Styles, what's up, baby boy? Out there doing this thing with Trent,
So y'all keep in touch, like, pretty tight.
Oh yes.
Cause, like, I know Rec was out in LA for his birthday, and I think he said that he met up with his homie, man, and I know that y'all try to keep that together. But what is that like? If y'all all in different cities and y'all used to have this group thing, and y'all still support each other heavy, how's that been on the relationship with a group, being in 3 different cities, at this stage of where y'all at?
Man, shit, as long as you got telephones and computers and communication, man, and I talk to these fellas almost every day, man, so it's like, even though we in different cities, man, we never lose touch with each other. We keep it consistent, you know what I'm saying? We keep each other up to date with what we're doing with the music and, find ways that we can all support each other, man, and keep us going to the next level.
That's true. That's big facts.
Now, recently you've started doing the you just dropped a project of the Lost Art.
Yes.
Tell us about that, some of the songs on it, the inspiration behind the name.
Oh man, Product of a Lost Art, man. Like, the initial idea of Product of a Lost Art, it was like, I felt like, in the city of Kansas City, I stand out, you know what I'm saying, like a whole lot because, my music isn't about violence and, the typical Kansas City rapper that most people are really into these days, I feel like, oh, that's what Kansas City life is, really killing, people dying, this, that, and the other. But with me being able to come up with good song topics, come up with hooks and drop lyrics and give a good delivery and things like that, I felt like I stood out amongst everybody. So I was like, man, I'm just a product of a lost art. I'm taking the values of everything that hip hop incorporated, from beatboxing, breaking, graffiti, the MCing, and DJing. Like, I'm bringing all that into what the project Product of a Lost Star is, you know. So with the title track being produced by a DJ, you know, DJ Tyrone Beats Williams, man. What's up with it, bro? And
Beats, man. Still got to see on the show.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of Como plugs, man. Like, that's why I basically started my music career, man. And that's what I brought to this album and project, because I got a lot of production from a lot of Colombia people, like my man Colin, you know, he got 2 joints on there. My man Rec, you know, and my man Jay Real, the Beat Architects, they got a few joints on there. You know, they got the intro, the outro, Can't Nobody. You know, that joint right there, Ain't Worried About It. Like, man, these is like joints that we had for like ever, man, and nobody ever really, you know, did anything with them, and they were just locked in the vault. And I'm like, man, you know what? Let me put these joints out, man. And being that everything that I put to those beats, it brought those beats to a whole nother level, and it gave it a whole new life. So when I did that, you know what I'm saying, I had to let everybody know, man, like, yo, this is what it's all about, you know, keeping it in the family, keeping it consistent, keeping it going, keeping it, you know, keeping the content, you know what I'm saying, lyrical, and keeping the content up to date, but still having the, you know, elements of old school hip hop within it as well. So
growing up, who were some of your favorite artists, and how much influence did they have in your style?
Man, for real, what actually got me into hip hop was Criss Cross. Not gonna lie. Criss Cross, man.
That's the first cassette tape, I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I'm telling you, dog, like, yo, when I see them kids with backwards clothes,
we got cats in the audience right now, but they're like, what the fuck is a cassette tape?
Like, man, you know, you gotta take the pen and you gotta twist that joint, man, jacked up. Yeah, man, that's hilarious for real. But yeah, deadass though, man. Criss Cross is what really got me into the whole, you know, hip hop thing. But then what got me rapping was, you know, listening to people like Ice Cube, E40, Slick Rick. You know, my dad, he used to keep me up to date with all the music as a kid, you know. Back then, parents didn't really care about what their kids listened to. They in the car with you, they listening to everything from the Isley Brothers, the Mays and Frankie Beverly, the Ice Cube, E40, and things like that. So, you know, my musical background is very extensive. So, mystical, things like that, man. That's what really got me doing it.
Now, when I first met Blaze, like, this is when Tech 9 was just like going off. I met him in junior high. Mm-hmm. 2 cats just rapping and ended up just making a group or whatever. But the fast flow was heavy with Tech 9 being at the time right now. Like, what made your style kind of drifted from the fast flow to like slow down? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, can we get some bars from you? Like, off the top. Like, we did this to a guest not too long ago, put him on the spot. But can you get a fast flow for us right now?
First, I'm gonna answer your question, but then I'm gonna give you the bars, man. The reason why I stifled away from doing a fast rap, like, I don't know, I guess it became like too common. And a lot of people were doing it, you know, from Twisted to Bone Thugs, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to get lost in that. Yeah, you know, when they did the Midwest Choppers track, I'm like, dog, I got lost in it. I'm like, I don't understand nothing you motherfuckers are saying because y'all just... So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and step aside from that and be able to drop some shit to where people can actually understand what the fuck I'm saying. But also, it still be a little bit faster, but not as fast to the cadence with the chop, 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 chop.
And your ability to freestyle off the top is dope. So, like, when it comes to people doing writtens versus freestyle, how you feel about that?
What, like, do I prefer freestyle over written? Or
like, as a fan of hip hop.
As a fan of hip hop, man, I mean, it all goes hand in hand with me, you know, because I mean, you got to think about it first before you can write it down. I mean, that's technically an orchestrated freestyle, so that's
facts.
So, you know, so it's all one and the same to me, you know. But with the ability to just be like sitting right here and flip something right off the bat. That shit's fucking creative and genius, and I'm like, yeah, let me do that shit.
So if you don't mind, if you can do it, if you still got it in you,
gotta show
if you still got it in you, can you drop like a fast flow, or if you can't do the fast flow, you know what I'm saying, just do something off top right now for the fans.
When I get into the mind frame of a motherfucker that's trying to get it, and everybody wanna see me, you know that I'm lifted. Everything you wanna see that the boy is gifted, doing everything you know that the boy is lifted. I'm rolling on weed and getting it up, and everybody doing their thing, but niggas stuck. But you don't really wanna see me doing my thing, cause I'ma hit these motherfuckers up and do with the brain. Yo, the dreads is hanging long, and everybody wanna see my motherfucker, but you know what it's gone. Doing it strong, and everybody living their life. But I ain't doing motherfucker, cause I'm living it tight, doing it right, and everybody living it like me. But can't nobody stop the boy, you know, be at least here.
Right on, though, right on. Yeah.
Even when you in the booth, man.
And that was off the top.
That was off the top.
Right on, man. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Hey man, so I do want to say something about that off the top thing. So I think what Rec was trying to get at when he was talking about, you know, writtens versus freestyles was more specifically in settings kind of like this, or like on Hot 97, or like, you know, Funk Flex. Because Flex especially, he'll like to point out like, this is how I want you to do it, right? Like I want you to come in here and drop one take, or I want you to come in here and go straight out the top, because I know that's very like traditional old school hip hop. That's what the culture was built around, right? But then there became this like different wave where it was like, I want to come in and just show you that I got the best fucking bars. Right. So I don't care if I'm spitting off the top, because I don't want nobody to come after me and have better bars than me. Yeah. So which one? So it's kind of a two-part question. Which one is more important for the artist themselves? Because I get the argument about tradition and hip hop, right? But when it comes to the artist himself, is it more important to prove that you can come off the top and spit something coherent, or is it more important to prove that you got the best fucking bars between anybody?
That's a thin line.
Man, I mean, it really is a thin line. I mean, because it's all in how the artist perceives themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if they feel like, dog, I'm not coming off the dome, but dude, I'm gonna spit some stuff that's gonna blow your motherfucking mind. And then he spits that and he memorizes it and he's dedicated, and when he delivers it, you'll never know if it was written or freestyle or not, because, you know what I'm saying, they're so comfortable within their craft that, dog, I come write a Hot 16 right now, you'll be like, man, did you write that? No, dog, I freestyled it. But even though I wrote it, you would never know, because it's already embedded in my mind frame that, you know, this is what it is I want to do. But, you know, like I said, it's all in the artist, man. If they feel like, you know, I'm flipping off the dome and I'm going to give you some hot shit, more power to you, you know what I'm saying? That's not an ability that a lot of people have, but, you know, for the few that do, you know what I'm saying? It's a gift, man.
Right. And one of the other things that I wanted to follow up earlier, you spoke a lot about the traditions in hip hop and a lot about the music that influenced you that came out of the 80s and the 90s. So I want to ask you, right now, the scene of the music, is there anything that you're listening to that you're like, yo, that's actually nice? Because I know a lot of the people who fuck with the 80s and the 90s, they like everything is trash right now.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I listen to it. I came up listening to
it's only a handful that I
a lot of Cube, a lot of pop, because that's
Yeah.
what my pops listened to. And I'm not saying that I really was in that era, because I was still like infant and shit. But like, that's what I grew up listening to. That's what my pops had. So I have a heavy respect for that shit, right?
Straight up.
But I'm looking at what's happening right now, and it's a lot of people with some heavy bars right now. And so I have a huge respect for them. And so I guess I'm a little bit different. A lot of the older heads, they be like, that shit's trash. A lot of young people like, y'all shit's trash. So I want to see how you feel about it.
Well, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword, you dig what I'm saying? Because the music that's out now is definitely not like the music that I grew up listening to, but you know what I'm saying? It gets the young people involved, it gets them doing whatever the hell it gets them to do, but you know, with me, man, cats that I be listening to like now, that I feel like could actually change some things and, you know, keep the game consistent. My man Joyner Lucas, you know, Joyner, you know what I'm saying? Joyner on a whole nother level too, man. And it's like, you know, I didn't really put an ear to the man, but then when I started really listening to him, I was like, okay, you know, I fuck with that. You know, you got your Coles, you got your Kendricks, you know what I'm saying? But you also got your underground cats too that I fuck with. You know, like Hustle Styles, you know, you got some shit coming. My man JLB Hood of Strange Music, Joey Cool, you know what I'm saying? The cats over there labeled, Miles, L's 810, like those cats right there, man, like they got a whole nother thing coming from the Kansas City music scene, man. So
yeah. You mentioned unlabeled. You just joined the label like not too long ago, correct?
No, I joined unlabeled a couple years ago, back in 2016 actually.
What motivated you to join the label records, and then also what have you learned from the label records?
Well, for starters, it's no longer Unlabeled Records. It's now Unlabeled Music Services. I mean, they still do things that the record label can do, like distribution and getting you royalties and things like that, getting you paid for your music. But like as of now, like they're standing at a membership, and they, allow you to come in there at a discounted rate to shoot videos and record your music. They mix and master. They put it on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, pretty much all the platforms that music is downloaded, man. So I mean, even though I'm no longer paying a membership, I'm still an affiliate and I still represent them, and everything that I do, man, they still got to give me that check. So. Yeah, definitely.
So back, I want to rewind just a little bit, because you said back in 2016 when you got affiliated with Unlabeled Records. At that time, well, now it's Unlabeled Music Services. Back then, when it was Unlabeled Records, and it was a full service record label. What was that like, trying to break into something where, like, a lot of independent artists, even though they try to act like I don't want a label, at the end of the day, they would rather sign to a label. And I'm just trying to figure out, for some of the people that's watching that have that same thing in the back of their head, like, I want to be indie, but low-key outside. How did you make that happen for yourself?
It actually was my father, man. He had rode to the studio with one of his co-workers who was actually a member at the time. My man Landis, what's up, man? And, he was like, yeah, man, my son raps. And he gave him his card. He shot the information to me. I called him up, the owner at the time. He's no longer with us. I mean, he's not dead or nothing. He just not with the company. But I didn't even say it like that. He's no longer with us. But no, so he had, I talked to him, came, had a meeting with him and the president, which is now the current CEO, Grant Stewart. And we had a meeting, talked to him, let him know what I wanted to do. Showed them my game plan, and they was with it, man. And after that, I went to the hospital, and they changed the format. Because at first it was just going to be like, I was going to go in there and record my album, they were going to release it and distribute it and do it like that. But that's when they turned out and they got they had a whole new format, a whole new model plan for the unlabeled business. So when I came out the hospital, I linked up with them and told them what I wanted to do again, and it was like, well, you can just pay X amount of money and you'll get a membership. You can get to record here at a discounted rate. We'll release your music. You'll be able to get royalties, and if it's good enough, we'll get you placements and things like that. So, and they still dabble in things like that too. So I'm getting licensing placements and like advertisements and things like that. They get that done a lot, especially like Craig Smith. He's a real avid in that. He had placements on Power, the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie, the new season of Shameless. Like, man, Craig Smith, shout out Craig Smith too, man. Like, and he's really a big influential part of what Unlabeled's model stood for, because he took it to the next level, and he's just getting it popular, man.
Gotcha. So one of the things I gotta ask you a follow-up question, because it sounded like you were a part of what was the transition of the music industry. You went from everything being physicals to everything being digital distribution and streams, and sync deals and licensing became almost the primary income stream for somebody who's not a superstar artist. If you're not out there touring, doing 200 shows a year, you're really not making a ton of money unless you got your sync deal and your licensing. And so it sounds like this company that you affiliated with recognized that and executed that. So what was that transition like, going from being like, I gotta press up this many albums and try to sell this many copies, to I'm just trying to get a sync deal and see what the streams look like?
Oh man, basically, shoot. I really didn't see a difference, because I was still printing up CDs and everything, even with the digital distribution that they had provided for me. Because it was just like, that element of being able to hand somebody something rather than saying, oh, follow me on this link. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to remember that shit. So, being able to give them a physical copy of the project or whatever it is that you're, advertising or whatever, it was like, with the whole drop a link, that was real cool for social media. But when I'm out in the streets and I'm seeing people face to face, and it's like, I can't, bump share my shit to you, but just here, take this CD. Most people be like, yo, I don't use CDs anymore, but they take that physical copy and then they go. So, I don't necessarily use it as a tool to be like, yo, listen to my music. It's basically, a tool like a calling card, like, yo, just type in the name and pretty much give me anywhere. Google, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation.
Shout those out one time for the one time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Spotify, Tidal, yeah, I'm on J shit.
Yeah.
One of the things that we like to do on this show, we like to play a game with the artists. We like to try to.
You like being able to do it.
We like to try to see, like put them on the spot and see what they would come up with in a pressure situation. And so one of the games that we played before, we did this or that. And we want to do a this or that where I'll give you two options and you have to pick, right? And then you guys are going to compete, right? It's a pseudo competition. It's not like a for real competition, but you're going to say what you think, he's going to say what you think, and then it's going to be like, okay, who's right? Like later we'll go back and whichever one we decide to talk about, we'll talk about, different perspectives on that. And we're going to take turns doing it. So like he'll ask you one, and then it'll be me versus you, and then I'll ask you one to be y'all versus each other. Right. So you only got like 5 seconds to answer. If it takes too long, bro, I'll have to just give you that.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? We try to get you to think on your feet, think on your toes. You know what I mean?
I'm freestyle, so let's see if we can tap that answer.
All right.
You want to ask one first? Or you want me to go first?
This is that. Let's start off with Drake or Kendrick.
Drake. Just for argument's sake. Oh, fuck Drake though.
All right. Fame or money?
Money.
Word.
That's real. Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce, bro.
What'd you say?
Rihanna, motherfucker.
Beyonce.
Let's go with independent or major?
Independent.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
All right, I got one. Pac or Biggie?
Pops.
Rakim or Big Daddy Kane?
Rakim. That was good.
Ice Cube or Snoop Dogg?
Cube.
Damn.
Snoop. Too Short or E40?
40.
Going with E40.
Twista or Bone Thugs?
Shit.
Bone Thugs.
Twista?
Yeah.
I think I'm riding with Bone Thugs on that one.
That was a tough one.
We in the next 5 days. No, this bullshit.
Trying to think of another region that I need to hit.
Bones or bowls, nigga? No.
If I smoke like that, I definitely would ask you that question, but I wouldn't have been able to give you an answer.
I got one more for the one time. Spades or dominoes?
Spades.
Dominoes. Damn.
I ain't in the boneyard, bro.
I'm on the bones, boy. 20.
I
Let me get that.
all day. I can't be in the boneyard, bro.
Man, spades is too goddamn brutal, dog. Like, bones, you might get a sore hand.
That's the motherfucker.
Spades, you might get a sore face. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want 2 books. Like that.
Yeah.
Right. And we got another game we want to play with you. Actually, hold on. Let me rewind. Where you said Rihanna, motherfucker. Nice, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was a direct quote. Why Rihanna, bro?
Why not Rihanna?
That's a Beyonce. That's like
What was the reason?
Beyonce.
I don't want nothing Jay-Z done touched. But
Shots.
But I'm talking about
Rihanna,
like, outside of it.
Jay-Z touched Rihanna probably. I think rumor was.
He's trying to kill title. He's trying to kill our title deal, bro.
But
My bad, G.
Stop talking about Jay-Z like that.
I don't want nothing Jay-Z done procreated with. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay, but I'm talking about outside of that, bro. Just
But with Rihanna, you know what I'm saying? She an island girl. She got the behind. She blowing trees. Like, dog, that's right on my alley. Make music.
That is contrast to Beyonce.
And then she loves to be in the islands. And that's why I like to be in that tropical weather, like California. She may be able to.
Yeah.
But Rihanna can hit me with that ticket, though. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm just talking about
Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, 500 million.
I would be successful on my own. I mean,
right. But look, Rihanna's successful by herself.
I know.
She ain't got no man.
Exactly.
What you talking about?
Jay-Z successful by himself. Beyonce successful by herself. Look at where they at.
Oh yeah, but you see.
So I can be successful by myself too.
Yeah, and then we just.
But why would I take a Rihanna when I can have a Beyonce?
You're not gonna win this argument with me, bro. I'm not picking Beyonce.
I'm not even trying to have that argument. I'm just putting out facts.
Man. Yeah, you seen Beyonce rolling up in trees? Man, I be seeing so many pictures of Rihanna and the Lilas, man, with the little spliffs joints.
So it's personality.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I mean, she ain't, she ain't that good.
trying to think of another one y'all argued over.
He said what? He said
He said Cube instead of Snoop. I can't ride with that one.
I can't ride with Cube.
Not over Snoop.
What?
Look, I definitely ride with Cube, bro. Cube got.
I think you said Cube, right?
26. Okay, that's wrong.
Made me feel like after not being older.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one, man.
But with Cube, it's more of a. I don't know, man.
You talking about really social importance?
No, not even that. Man, when he's fucking spit down, he busted you over the head with some shit, made you scared. Nigga, I was a young buck thinking Ice Cube was gonna come in and rob me, dog. Would kill my whole family.
Trying to think what's that song my dad always played this one song, bro. We used to ride around listening to that shit. It would be like, boy, that good shot. That beat is hard as fuck. Keep the heads ringing. It's Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. That shit is hard as fuck, bro.
I can respect the fact that saying Cube over Snoop though, just because like he wrote for NWA, like he writes like writing movies and stuff. Wrote a lot of classes.
Snoop ain't writing nothing.
Huh?
He freestyles everything.
Yeah.
So, okay, you wrote for a bunch of people. Snoop will walk in and be like, let me freestyle this for you, little cuz.
Now, don't get it twisted, man. I fuck with Snoop, though.
And then you got to read what he just freestyled. He wouldn't even write it for you.
Yeah.
But, you know, but that's just legendary status. That's the only reason why I put him in that category, you know. But he was around in that, you know, in that time frame with Dre and that whole beef and shit. But, you know, but you never seen Snoop go to Cube. Or if he did, it wasn't long.
That's true. I did not see Snoop and Cube beef.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like 3. So.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You look that up. Everybody want no problem with you.
So we got one more game for you, bro. And we're gonna see how this turns out. I think we're gonna stick with 75. I think 75 was a good time. I think we're just gonna do 75 seconds from now on.
That works.
We're gonna give you 75 seconds to draw your Mount Rushmore. Okay, and it could be any 4 influential people. It could be artists. It could be actors, presidents. Your mom. It doesn't matter. And just the 4 most influential people in a Mount Rushmore style in 75 seconds.
About 15 to 20 seconds per character.
Yeah, and I'll play some of your music in the background while you work on that. So you gonna start the timer off now?
3, 2, 1, and go.
Hip-hop is back up in this bitch to kill this sin chillin'. That we are dealing with this shit is so enraging. But what you talking about, you see they're still engaging in this nonsense and it don't make no damn sense. The art of hip-hop's going down the drain within an instant. Some proclaim artists with their talent and a wordplay. No, it's not evolving with this made-up language they say. Take it back to Method Man, DMX and Bust Rhymes. Product of this lost art, and I'm not gonna waste mine. Seen it's just the underdog, my barking worse than my bite. Show the cats what happened when G.Blaze go and attack the mic. Hit up DJ Beats and then he hit me with a monster. Here I go again, I put it down and I must hurt. You listening in my past.
Go ahead, do this.
We're gonna take a picture first. You gotta realize it.
Let me sound my shit, man.
He gonna take credit for it. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna get the pick.
I'll put this like this.
All right, and got it.
Cool. So we show the people this work of art here, done by G.Blaze himself.
Yeah.
Don't know who the fuck any of these people
The
are.
last 2, I'm really going for. I got an idea for maybe like the first one.
I think I might know who this
I'm
one
thinking
is.
is the first one. We going with Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I'm being real though. I'm being real.
Is this Bob Marley? No.
That's not bad, man. I went old school with it, man. That's an old school bus, man. Bust the
Okay.
Oh, see, I didn't know if he was like, if he had like a lazy eye or something going on. Like,
You know, he got the crazy eye, you know.
If that was a time situation.
Okay. I see the KC on the hat. I don't know a ton about Kansas City music though. All I know
That's
is
the old G.Blaze, man.
Okay.
That was when I first started. That's Midwest Chocolate G.Blaze. Remember?
Yes,
The photo
yeah.
shoot. So
Shout out to Bakar, Midwest Chocolate.
What do you think this is right here?
Bro, I don't know. It look like Bob the Builder or something. I don't know. I really don't know. It look like Bob the Builder. Like
it's fucking Red Man. You remember how he had the hat?
Oh,
Red Man.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Brick City, bitch.
Shout out to Red Man. Eminem, one of Eminem's favorite rappers.
That's true.
And
You gotta just get that one up, bro.
I don't even want to claim. I don't even want to go there.
I swear.
I don't even want to go there, bro. I don't even.
No. That's not my motherfucking mom. Hell no.
Is that a hat or is that just like a crib?
No,
at the top?
that's
like at the top. It looked like a little. I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What I was going for was Janet, but
Janet?
yeah.
Janet?
What?
You
But
always
listen,
bro.
but listen.
I'm done with you.
I'm gonna tell you why, Janet. When Janet fucking performs, you cannot say that those aren't fucking birthday moments when she getting on that stage and dancing and singing and doing everything that her brother did, but in a female's fucking perspective.
Bro, but it's not
way.
2006.
It don't fucking matter.
I'm just saying, bro.
You said who influenced me, goddammit. Now who influenced you? So that's who influenced you.
Hey, that's facts. That's big facts.
It is.
So, alright, y'all. It's been another real dope episode of Plain and Simple.
Yeah.
G.Blaze in the building, man. We signing off. It's your boy Dramatic.
It's your boy Randall Styles.
G.Blaze the Sad Soulja.
We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Wake up early in the morning, hit the stove and get a swisher. Sweeping women off their feet so you can call your boy a Swiffer. After that, I hit the crib and then I'm breaking out the good. I'm in Cali in the valley, modulating in the hood. Got my homie Dante with me, hit the sticks and playing Madden. Getting blazed up off the Cali bump again, we get it cracking. Breaking route was posted up, so we roll through sipping on that Patrick, that gin and juice. It be having niggas tripping. So we march to the mall, not a pretty chicken sight. Then we head back to the crib, shooting craps all night. I copped a bag of kush, my duty rolled it up with a black. I was coughing hella hard and had an asthma attack. I was gone, but now I'm cool, I'm back at it again. I'm puffing another blunt and sipping juice and gin. Then my Cali dudes for life and I'm holding them down. And AW still my dog, so yeah, we running the town. When I'm chilling with my homies, yeah, you know I roll up. If you got a problem with me, I don't care, I roll up. Chilling with my baby girl, yeah, you know I roll up. Too much pressure building up, so now I gotta roll up. When I'm chilling with my homies, yeah, you know I roll up. If you got a problem with me, I don't care, I roll up.